Okay guys, we are here on Serene Coast in my home country of Canada, and this is February of 2015, almost 4.5 years ago. It's version 9.6 of World of Tanks, and although the stats can no longer be displayed on the screen, it no longer works. The zoom feature, which was a pretty nice thing about those early versions of XVM, that still works. You can zoom in and out, and it's quite nice. I don't know why it was discontinued. I think I recall something about technical reasons. Anyways, what this video is about is an amazing scouting run and spectacular destruction on the enemy, and I'm calling the video the Immaculate Destruction in honor of the famous pass, possibly the most famous play in the history of the NFL, the Immaculate Reception, when a ball passed by Terry Bradshaw bounced off a member of the Oakland Raiders and then landed in the hands just inches off the ground in the hands of Franco Harris, who ran in for a touchdown. It was an amazing play, and this is an amazing play too. Now, some people viewing this might think that it's a bit unfair what's about to happen to several members of the enemy team. But this is, this is the big boys. This is Tier 10s, 9s. The power is there. Tier 8s are vulnerable. There are certain areas on certain maps where if you are spotted by a scout early, you're in extreme danger of massive damage, and you can avoid being in those areas. You just have to, build up your experience and learn areas that you should not appear, and, try to be already safe. Try not to sit in a firing lane, and I'm going to hit the space bar here, and the first thing here is that I'm racing. Yeah, I'm in a Tier 6, right? I never started playing this tank until they put the 700 horsepower engine in, and that gave it an acceleration profile that was quite very nice. And even despite that, look at this. At 72 kilometers an hour, I can barely make headway again. I haven't hit my governor yet. I'm saving that for up there. I can barely make headway against the Batchat, although he had a little bit of a start on me. And I didn't do that on purpose. I never do that. So that was an accident. And once I get up here, I'm going to slow this down to a 1/4 normal speed just to examine this in minute detail. So there, I just hit the governor to have maximum power going. It increases by 10% going around the corner here, and I'll hit the space bar at the right moment. So there's some people just appeared. There's a Lorraine and a T-49. So it's 14:17 on the clock. And I just spotted 2 Tier 8s, and then closer to me, the Batchat, who's about to fire at me and miss. If you can judge that turn properly and have the kind of speed you need, you can make the spotting run and get out of danger. I mean, I love that kind of a game of chicken. It's my bread and butter. I accept the risks, and I love it when it works out good. Now, again, the clock is at 14:17. So we all know how sixth sense works. It's, I believe, 3 seconds until you get the warning. And unfortunately for the Lorraine and the T-49, the warning did not come on time. But as I said at the beginning of the video, they should know better than to be there on this map and at this tier. They're in extreme danger. So I'm going to hit the space bar again. And there's the missed shot from the Batchat. We're still going at 1/4 normal speed. There's my sixth sense. I'm watching the distance there. T-49, Lorraine, both eliminated. 2,700 spotting damage, and I'll post the battle report. So the question is this fair? The FV-215B, you can see where he is, and to this day, this corridor is incredibly dangerous. I've been smacked from back here numerous times in this area, and you just learn the dangerous areas of the map and try to avoid them. As for the, that was the T-49. He was killed. direct shot, right? Totally exposed. The Lorraine wasn't already safe. So he should have been in a different position. Anyways, I wasn't looking for this this replay. I accidentally discovered it and decided to make this video because I thought this should be recorded. This is probably the most spectacular spotting success I ever had. Although many others have come close to this, but they weren't as immaculate as this one. Anyways, the funny thing is that was the only spotting damage I got in the game because this whole force here dominated this area, and we refused the flank. Do you see? This is absolute. I've made other videos about this concept of refusing the flank. We're not spread out too much, right? And that is the ideal layout under almost every circumstance. If you do spread out, you know, one group can get eliminated over here while another group is fighting over here, and they're not able to support one another. And I've mentioned this topic over and over and over again in my videos, and I'm actually going to do another one about Mirovanka, people going into the forest. Just the other day, it happened twice in one day, and I'm there shaking my head. You know, they do it over and over again, despite being on the map, you know, dozens if not hundreds of times, and they still go and make the same old error and get the entire force is eliminated because it encountered something that it couldn't deal with. Anyways, I wish I could still play on my MT25, not against Tier 10s. You know, I'll admit that that's wrong. But 9s, you know, bring it. I had a huge amount of fun, and the main reason, as I point out in previous videos, is there's fewer shells flying around, and the reloads are all longer. So your survivability goes up. When the MT is in a battle with everything's a Tier 6. I cannot achieve what I'm able to do against 7s, 8s, and 9s. It's that simple. And, you know, it would be awesome if they restored the 3-tier spread on light tanks. But that would require a huge revamp of the matchmaker. And, you know, I've been pondering whether I should make a ticket and explain my point of view, try to contact the devs. Probably a futile exercise. Anyways, it's game over. We won this game easily. And all you guys, you know, learn the danger zones and don't enter them. And beware a decent scout on the enemy team because he can ruin your day. Anyways, it's game over, like I said, and I hope you enjoyed the video.